was talking about whether or not I was going to do suspension or not. I don't think I'm going to be jumping anything, so I was thinking I might just put a straight bar, like a piece of small brass or something like that would keep it rigid. I might try shocks, but right now I don't think I am. Some of it has to do with clearance. It's not going to be as scaled as I would like because the components are going to take so much of the cab room that I don't know how much of the stock interior I can keep inside, because all the components I have to put in here. And here's the components. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this servo or not. This isn't the low-C one. This is a E-Flight, like a little helicopter one or something, servo. And then I got the brushless. There's the ESC right here. The 1/36 scale acceleron, and I'm gonna use the 8,750 kilovolt motor. I still haven't gotten a battery, so I don't know what battery I'll use. I'm not going to use this. This is a small receiver, so Trax is 2.4 gigahertz. I am going to use 2.4 gigahertz, but this is just I guess an example of something. I'll probably have to use something this size, and probably take the casing off of it and use shrink wrap, because it's still, as small as it is, it still takes up a whole bunch of room after you add the ESC and the receiver, and then the servo is probably going to go up here somewhere, so it's going to take up a lot of the cabin space of the car. Let's move this stuff out of the way. Before I started this, I wanted to do something cheap, so I thought of going to get something cheap from Walmart. I got this Mayasto, this thing. This is the name brand. I got this. It was like $15, I think, and it had a pretty cool body, and it had these cool tires on it, but it has cheap components. For steering servo, it just has a regular motor, and I took it apart and I took this floor battery. It had two batteries, and I had to put these 4 batteries in there, and it made it a lot faster, but it burnt the motor out really fast. So I might do this later. I'm thinking of making a tube chassis and using like the stock tires, because I like these tires a lot. Probably the stock gear. If I can get a little motor that'll fit in there, I think I'm going to do that. I started on the suspension. This is a little too wide, I think. So actually, where it has this big U shape, actually to make it fit, I would have to just make it like a V. It would come right up. But there's no suspension. Really, it's just solid. Same thing though. I don't plan on jumping it. And for the steering, I got this these end rods that came off of. Actually, they came off of the shocks off of the micro crawler. These are the end pieces, and then this is a thread off. And I was gonna take a little washer and solder it to this nut, right, and run a linkage. Using that washer, I could put a bolt down into the washer, and I could run the. I got a lot of steering out of it. You can see there's a lot of steering, but that's at a standstill, like some of the build, because when I'm watching the videos, I always like to see how they manage to the little tricks that people do to get things to work. So yeah. One of the problems I had, I'll talk about one of the problems I had for getting accurate my holes drilled accurately, because it's countless times that I try to drill something and it's always a little bit off and I screw things up. So what I did this time is I measured. First thing I did was I measured on the plastic chassis. I have a nice ruler, steel ruler I got from Hobby Lobby. It's got a whole bunch of different markings on it, and it's pretty strong or whatever. I used that. I measured the center of the front to the back of the wheel chassis, or the wheelbase. So I got that, it was 4 inches, and then so I knew I had 4 inches, and then I measured my holes. There's 4 holes on this back suspension, and I measured from the center hole across, and then I got that measurement, and then I measured from the center hole back, and I got that measurement, and then I measured from the center hole to the diagonal across, and I got that measurement. So I wrote those down, because I forget things. And then I found my center point, and this is aluminum, so it's pretty soft, and I took a little finish nail, and I just used it as like as a punch, and use some needle nose pliers to hold the nail, and then just tapped it. Let's see, this is what I was using. Just a little finish nail, and I just put it in here and press down. Found my spot, press down, and it marks a good center punch or center hole. So when you drill, because if you don't have a center, like if you don't have if you don't pre-punch it, then a lot of times when you drill, it's gonna not be at the right spot. It's gonna move. So I did that, and then I also used my my X-Acto knife. Like I said, the aluminum is pretty soft, so I could use, instead of using a pin or a pen, like you could see the Sharpie is so broad and everything, it's not accurate. So I used my my X-Acto knife, and I could scribe exactly where my center sections would be after I measured. Make a little cross section and then punch it. And then also another tip is if you use a smaller drill first, smaller drill bit on your hole first, you can kind of get a more accurate center point. So I would use the small one first, and then I used the next step up, which was the actual size, and that helped out. Yeah, I still have to cut, so I'm at a standstill right now, so I'm gonna stop talking and work some. I'm gonna go on a break first, so I'll be right back, okay?